Just a quick reminder that derivatives trading is risky and past performance is not indicative of future gains. All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, January 23rd, just a couple minutes before market close here. Going to go over some charts before Netflix earnings and see if we can find an edge in this to trade. We can also do this when we get into some of the more heavy hitters in the next few weeks and catch some of these trades in the after hours, that especially when we get into like Nvidia and Microsoft, that's when it'll get a little more fun. So I posted some charts in the room here and we're going to dissect those a little bit. You can post any questions in there as well. Nvidia here, and I'm just going to maximize these charts. Last time the numbers came out, it was right at 4 o'clock. So I want to go over these quickly so that you guys are prepared and ready. Make sure you have your charts up if you're going to be following along for anything. Big line in the sand here has been all day and yesterday, right at this 81 quarter, 481 quarter. And that's been our low of the day today. So this is where, as you guys have learned, where everything changes. And right now that they're holding the line. So what we've seen in the past on earnings moves is likely a move to hit, both of these yellow zones where we might come down, we'll get a wick here and then a big move back up, or vice versa. I would expect this 509.29 to be a first target to print. If we get there, we're going to look for 518, 519 is the likely next one. And then we can look a little bit more dialed in at like our NASDAQ. So I've updated some levels on this. I posted in the room where these are coming from. The yellow ones are just for our end of the day today. We can see that there is a clear agenda in between these. You guys can see that it's around $300-400 million at both of these areas. So clearly there's 400 million reasons why these would get protected by one side or the other. So we'll watch around here. Likely the NASDAQ is going to be the better trade here. ES is likely slow, but as Screezer pointed out with the nice little hand-drawn cartoon, we get over 98, we are skiing up to that 23. It's that downhill slope and should be a nice move. We'll just have to see what the move turns out to be here. So I want to get these set up where we can watch all three. Again, Netflix likely won't be as big of a mover as some of the others. And it doesn't, just because it's moving doesn't mean we trade blindly. We still use our levels and our prep for this. So we have about 15 seconds until the number. Again, not really too concerned with the number is that prints as much as where the reaction is that we're going to see. So could print later than 4 o'clock. Last time was at 4. It's been as late as like 4:15. So we'll just kind of see here. I saw that several of you caught the ES at low a day, which was great. Unfortunately, I was out of the house at that point and missed it. But very happy to see the trading you guys are doing. So zoom in a little bit here on Netflix just to watch these wicks and where we end up heading. And you guys will see how these can be responsive. So there we go. There's 499 like we were looking for, right into our box here. Now we're getting the reversal. Let's see if we break the yellow. All right, now we're going to make the move to 520. Would watch 519 closely. And zoom this in a little bit here. And again, you guys can see how there we go. Now we should be looking for that move lower if we can break that. And if not, we're going to be looking for this orange on the NASDAQ to hold and pushing higher. This is kind of the target. Again, on the ES, it's that 498. You guys know the importance of that level. Let's see if we can get that 519 print. And almost, let's see. Hey, there we go, right to the top of the box. Now, over that, we can look and see where it's going to go, but likely see some kind of retracement here back down to that 510 point. And you guys can just watch how the market's moving along with that. So, hopefully this makes sense and you guys can see how we can use this. Again, this is moving a lot. We have done times in the past on trading the individual stocks. With the futures market, it really comes down to the weighting aspect. And so remember, Apple is nearly 7% of the index. So when it reports earnings, if it moves some, it moves the market a lot more than Netflix is going to. So as we push higher, let me go to our, you guys can see, I will post some commentary in the room here. Where did I post that chart? It was earlier today. Okay, so on this chart here, our next level up over that 521, we're going to look for 531 quarter, most likely, and then 539 is likely. Although I don't know that we're going to push that high, but you can see they held the line in the sand. That's the up move. We're going to watch if this comes back in, which, you can look at the structure there and the money sitting on the table. There's a good amount. If we come back inside of this, it's probably going to settle around 509, and we can look for the short on the NASDAQ. Back down, not for much, but we're just looking yellow to orange at this point. This is just for our for the earnings. We could see that this is where there's a clear agenda, and notice where we're just sticking. And if you guys have questions, post them in the room. But this is kind of on that right hand side of this chart. If you look there, that is that's where we're getting the yellow lines. Thanks, Raphael. So EPS came in under, which is comical. If you look at what the consensus has been for Q1 earnings, we've had more than 10% of the S&P report, and right now they're down about 3.4% on EPS. They were pricing in at 10 to 12%, and so 10 to 12% positive, and right now we're underperforming, and Netflix just underperformed. So this is that short on the NASDAQ. Unfortunately, took my eye off it for half a second and missed the short at 44 there. Anybody catch that as we were talking about this? Looking for this to come in, right at our yellow, laying it out. Tell me, Raphael, you caught it. Give me some good news. Okay. So we're looking to come back into the orange now. This is exactly what we were looking for, right back down, looking for 509.98 now. You shouldn't have posted the EPS. I turned my head away and missed the. Need somebody to, somebody to tell me when it's there, when we get the signal. No, you guys are good. But this is what we can do during earnings season. So you guys have gone through the foundations, built your knowledge, you've gone through the advanced. Now you understand how to see every dollar coming in and out, and where, small and large, buy side and sell side are sitting. And when we add in this aspect to doing this with individual equities, you now have 4 times a year for earnings that you can then capitalize on this. And so you can see how fast that is. These levels, again, they work because we can see the money sitting on the books, and not even, assuming where something might be, but knowing in advance what the agenda is, just like looking at Walmart or Target or any retailer. I know somebody, when I had used the examples of Kohl's Cash, really understood that aspect. when you can see how much they have, you understand exactly what their agenda is going to be, and makes it a whole lot more advantageous to trade. So we can finish here. I missed that move on it, but hopefully hopefully you guys see that. We can do it again for some of the other earnings. I will be out tomorrow for Tesla, but I can post that information in advance, and you guys are more than welcome to use that to your advantage. So any questions, put them in the room. Happy to have you guys with us, and we'll be back tomorrow for PMP in the morning.